Well, I just wanted to share with you how I met Joy. So, once upon a time, I attended a training for the Alzheimer's Association just outside of Greater Chicagoland. And during the training, I started to get a migraine. And for those of you who've had a migraine, you know that they come in from the side and they're dark and they're creepy and they're horrible and they make you feel really miserable. So the last speaker of the day was Joy. And Joy was talking about reflexology and how healing the body and the mind can help to do away with physical ailments. And after the speaker was done, I went up and said, gosh, got a 6-hour drive home and a headache. Help me. And so within the matter of 3-5 minutes, Joy touched my hands and my headache was gone. So I thought, you know what, maybe she's onto something. So we're going to fast forward a couple of weeks. I get back to the facility where I was working, which was a very small 20-bed assisted living memory care. And we have Frank. And Frank was my buddy. Frank's a really big guy, about 285-pound farmer with mid to late stage dementia and a lot of agitation aggression. And to say that Frank sundowned would be an understatement. 5 o'clock would come around and Frank would start swinging. And it didn't matter if that was with his wife, or with our little 100-pound caregiver, or with one of the big 200-pound guys who helped care for him. He would start swinging. So I started thinking about the things that Joy had taught us. And so one day I came up and I said, Frank, can I give you a foot rub? And Frank went, what? Because Frank didn't talk a lot. So I said, okay, how about a foot rub? If you don't like it, we'll never ever do it again. You don't have to try it again. So Frank very reluctantly acquiesced. To give you an idea, this is right around 4:30 in the afternoon. And we all know what happens at 5 o'clock. So Frank sits down. 3 to 5 minutes later, Frank is snoring. He's out cold. He's asleep. About 15-20 minutes later, Frank wakes up and he's hungry. Now normally Frank didn't eat dinner. He was too agitated, too anxious, that very aggressive, wondering. I mean, he was on a mission. He wanted out. He felt like a caged animal. So on this particular day, Frank ate. It was a sandwich. It was quick. But after a sandwich, he went back to bed and he slept all night. This hadn't happened. So we tried it again the next day with the same results. We tried this for 2 weeks with the same results. I wish I could say it worked every single time. Unfortunately, it didn't, but it did give our staff a tool to be able to help Frank. The other thing that happened during that time is Frank wasn't taking Seroquel. He wasn't on Ativan. He wasn't on Xanax. All of which medications led to him having more falls, and in my personal belief, led him to be more aggressive and agitated. So that's the reason that every time I have a new group of staff, Joy is going to be a part of that, because they need to hear that same message. They need to hear that there's another tool out there outside of the pharmacological world. Thanks.